Welcome to the very first video in my Rubank book lesson series. Before we begin, be sure to check the description for all the information about this series. Basically what we're doing here is we're going through the Rubank elementary method book, just like I did when I was learning tuba way back in the day, and I'm trying to share my knowledge from over 10 years of tuba playing for beginner students or people who are just new at playing tuba, or maybe you just want to get those fundamentals a little bit better. That's what this series is for, and we're going to try to do it in a fun way. So jumping right into it with the very first lesson, this is on page 3 of the book. We're talking about whole notes and rests. The important part that you want to focus on this is beginning with a good sound. And how do you make a good sound? Something that you will hear a lot as a tuba player is you need to use more air. And I think that in the beginning and just trying to advance your tuba sound is a great way to start. Using more air, using air effectively in ways that support your sound. The more you play, the more feel you get for the necessary amount of air, which is exactly why these are long notes, right? And with rests in between, it gives you plenty of time to tank up. When you're working on producing a solid tone, what you want to think of is the syllable toe. We'll get into that more in later lessons, but for now, what we're working on is beginning the sound as good as we possibly can, supporting it with air, and then keeping a nice open embouchure. That's a key term that will be used a lot in this, an open embouchure. There's a tendency to want to clamp down because this is new and you're not super comfortable with it, and you might be thinking, the difference in sound of that is incredible. For example, if I had a closed embouchure, your sound would sound a little bit like this. So that does a couple things. It makes it harder for the air to get through, and then it also just makes a sound that is just not as pretty. But when you think of a nice toe embouchure, just nice open embouchure, it sounds a little bit like this. With all of that, let's jump into the very first page. I'm going to be working with my metronome at 100 beats per minute. When you work on this alone, you might want to slow it down, you might want to speed it up, whatever makes you the most comfortable. 100 beats per minute for whole notes is a good goal tempo to work with, being able to sustain a note as well as possible at 100 beats per minute. Okay, and I think that wraps up this week's video. The main thing we're focusing on is just that nice open embouchure, nice open throat, thinking toe. So spend some time on this over the next week. A week from today, I will be posting lesson 2, and we will work on another aspect of tuba playing. Obviously, these videos are great, but it's not the same as doing a one-on-one lesson type thing. So check out the description for more information on a private lesson for me. Even if we're not close to each other, online lessons are a completely viable way to learn how to play an instrument, especially at this level. If there are any questions, comment down below. I will do my best to answer them. Thank you guys for watching this video. Go make life musical, and I'll see you next week.